Well, spring is here and the good horses are out, and so too are the good judges. Steve Morans from Best Bets jumps in to join us. We've got our video previews back, and it's exciting this time of year, isn't it?
Yes, Sean, terrific to be here, terrific to see you, because it's an indicator that the good racing is about to get underway, and a fantastic program at Flemington on Saturday, particularly with the intrigue and a couple of races and a capacity field in the Makybe Diva, which just might brew its own upset. You never know, but we don't often see a weight for age race drawing these sort of numbers. A few questions to be answered, and I'm really looking forward to Saturday's program.
It is, as we say, a real stepping stone for some of these horses towards bigger prizes, but some horses are going to be more wound up than others. Where are you pinning your faith at this stage?
Well, I'm pretty keen on Monaco Consul. I thought his first up run in the Liston was fantastic, arguably in the worst part of the track and arguably doing more work early than most of the other good runs in the race. And I thought he boxed on extremely well under the circumstances. If you delete his runs in New Zealand, his form's fantastic. You know, Victoria Derby, terrific run behind Shootout in the AJC Derby, took on the older horses in the Queen Elizabeth, ran well. Very good effort first up. Big Field Saturday might generate its own pace, but on paper there doesn't look to be a lot of pressure. He's one of only 2 or 3 horses who can naturally race on the speed, and I'm pretty keen on Monaco Consul.
Depends what the track does. We've seen him handle the wet as well. That Liston you touched upon, that's going to be an important form line for this race.
Well, lots of good runs in the race, and we see probably 4 key chances here coming through that race, aside from Monaco Consul, Vigor, Zavit, of course, and Heart of Dreams. Heart of Dreams is awkwardly drawn Saturday. Interesting. He may well step out and win on Saturday, but if you look at his last 4 campaigns, his absolute peak run has been 3rd run back. So I think win, lose or draw, particularly from that outside gate, Heart of Dreams. Maybe you're better off being on him next time. Zavit, well, most people watching this probably can't picture Zavit winning a Makybe Diva, but if you accept his first up run at face value, I think you've got to say he's got some little chance in the race. And of course the other horse is Vigor, who was able to win the Makybe Diva second up last year off a different lead-up run, but his run was very good at Caulfield, and he must be hard to beat again. He can roll forward. He's a little awkwardly drawn as well, but given that there isn't a lot of speed in the race, I think he can be handy, Vigor.
That's our feature race, the Makybe Diva Stakes. I'm just as excited about the Danehill Stakes here. Some outstanding 3-year-olds here, colts and fillies as well. How do you see this race shaping?
Well, it is an interesting race, particularly with the appearance of Buffering and Military Rose, of course, from other parts of the country. Gillian Heinrich a little concerned about the possibility of a fairly soft track for Military Rose, whose record is unblemished before the slipper. Buffering worked very well at Flemington on Tuesday morning, carving out some pretty quick late splits, and they're opposed to the 2 fit in-form horses, or fitter horses, in Star Witness and Soul, who ran so well behind Turak Toff, of course, in the lead-up race at the Vane at Caulfield. There was a big margin to 4th. Turak Toff steps out and wins the Golden Rose. I think you take that at face value. Now, the Danehill has only been run for 4 years on this day. Peter Moody and Luke Nolan have combined to win it twice with 2 fillies, Black Caviar and Tantat Delago. So I wonder whether the upset runner here might be Stormburst. Coming off winter form, rain-affected track won't be an issue. The precedents say respect Moody and Nolan here on, particularly at one with a bit of odds. So it might be the roughie, Stormburst.
Who are you selecting?
I'm going to go with Star Witness. Proven down the straight. I think his first up run was terrific under the circumstances. Soul's runs have been very good, but maybe for this preparation we've seen the best of Soul, where you'd have very little doubt that Star Witness is still on an upward spiral. So I'm going with Star Witness.
And your best bets for the program?
Best bets? Well, for me it's probably a toss-up, Monaco Consul, who we've discussed, and Response in the Mayor's feature race here on Saturday. Her fresh run at Caulfield to me was absolutely superb, pushing through inside on the worst part of the track. She meets the winner 2.5 kilos better rhythm in Paris. 10 of the past 12 winners of this race have come through the Cochrane, which is no great surprise, but it does suggest to me that not very often does something come from left field to win it. Most of those who ran well on the Cochrane will run well again, including the winner, including Lady Lynette. No evidence needed. There's a raft of them, but I'm very keen on Response. I think she's still untapped, and I'm more than happy to be on her each way.
And you spoke up the Moody horse in the Danehill as perhaps the roughie of the day?
Yeah, I think so. Stormburst, race 6, number 11, might be the best at odds. Another one I'm pretty keen on the program is Nicastro, race 4, number 16. Again, a very good run at Caulfield, can just posse behind the speed here. Race chock full of question mark runners for me, some of whom will be in the market and perhaps not entitled to be. I don't think Nicastro will miss each way in this race on Saturday.
Steve, great to have you back in action. You can, of course, get all of Steve's selections in this week's edition of Best Bets. Pick up the number one form guide in the business. Thanks, mate. We'll see you on Saturday.
Terrific. Thanks, Sean.